Hi, I'm Nadia. Today I will talk about anxiety disorders. If you have the same experience, let's share in the comment box below.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt excessively anxious about something with no clear motive? Is this really your personality? Is this a normal sensation? Is there something wrong with your mental health? Or what is it? Let me give you a storyline. Imagine tomorrow is your first day at school. You will meet many new friends, new teachers, and you will create new stories in your life. You feel exhilarating waiting for tomorrow, but on the other hand, you feel very nervous about welcoming tomorrow. Your body is shaking, your sweat starts pouring out, your head feels heavy until your chest feels tight. You are only imagining tomorrow indeed, but you feel that there is something holding you back from being too happy. You feel very anxious because you think something bad might happen. Then you ask yourself, who should I talk to when I get there? What should I say to them? What if they give me a bad response? What if nobody wants to talk to me? Those questions fill your head. The next day, you arrive at school with many questions and many thoughts running through your head. Feelings of anxiety always haunt you. You don't feel like you belong there and you can't control yourself. You want to avoid everything, but you can't. And everything that happened got worse. Do you know that this often happens in social situations? The fact this has been happening in social situations for a long time. And many people don't realize it. I'm sure everyone has felt that way. It's just different experience, situations, and how to control the anxiety. I'm sure you have experienced panic, loneliness, fear when you are in a crowded place, like in an event, or maybe when you on public transportation with many people. Maybe you have also felt empty when you go out to have fun with your friends. You are in your circle of your friends, but you feel very lonely. So, to prevent the things you don't want from happening, you decide to avoid lots of places where you meet lots of people who will make you feel uncomfortable, such as lonely and isolated. If you or those around you are in a situation like my statement, then you have anxiety disorders. Many of you think that anxiety is a common thing, things that often happen around us or even happen to ourselves. Then what is the difference with an anxiety disorder? I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but today I will talk on this topic. Many of us don't realize what mental disorders are like. Are people with mental disorders insane? Certainly not. So, what is the difference between anxiety and anxiety disorders? Anxiety is a normal thing that is felt when someone faces a situation or hears news that causes fear and worry. Anxiety occurs because there are obvious triggers such as our condition when we are sick, when we change schools, or maybe when we have a new job that requires us to move to a new place. Anxiety has a short duration and is easily controlled by ourselves. When we feel anxious, we can still do our normal activities. But when the emotions of anxiety start to get extreme and arise in situations that don't pose a real threat, that's when you may experience an anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorders are continuous excessive anxiety accompanied by several symptoms, such as excessive sweating, body shaking, difficulty speaking or sudden inability to speak, shortness of breath, headaches, and others. The trigger isn't clear, and you have a hard time controlling this worry. The duration also lasts a long time. Other symptoms are restlessness, fear, and difficulty to sleep at night. People with anxiety disorder may find it difficult to carry out activities as usual, or find it difficult to be productive when they are at that point. People who suffer from anxiety disorder also find it difficult to focus on doing a job. And of course, someone who has anxiety disorder needs help and care from a professional psychiatrist or a psychologist. Many of us have ignored this mental problem. The reason why so many people don't think it's important is because they don't know what it is. Even though anxiety has the potential to make sufferers feel depressed, commit suicide, and abuse drugs or alcoholic drinks. Taking medication to cure mental disorders doesn't always work in the long term. So, how do we reduce our anxiety? First, don't be afraid to share your problems, to tell your problems with others, especially your dearest. Tell your problem to the people closest to you, whether your family, your friends, or your partners. Your burden will be lessened if you feel relieved after you share your problems, especially if they can give you a support and positive feedback. Second, always think positively. Think that anxiety disorder, like any disease which can be cured. You must be positive and optimistic. This will make it easier for you to control the anxiety. Third, believe in your God. Trust that your God always helps you in any trouble. Never look down on yourself because God and people who closest to you really love you and really need you. They think they're crazy, they're weird, they are worthless. They will continue to live like this, but it is not. People with anxiety do this throughout the day. They are not kind to themselves. Maybe it's time to cheer them up. It's time to cheer up ourselves. We have to be able to forgive ourselves for anything and everything. We are stronger than we think. We are stronger than they think. We are valuable. We are formidable warriors, and we deserve to be loved. Thank you.